everyone, it's Rachel Kleinman from rwcrafts.com. Today I'm going to share with you a butterfly mixed media tag that I created. I already have this piece of background paper finished. I used the colors of distress ink you see there to create this background. Today's video though is about the tag. If you're interested in seeing how I created that background, let me know in the comments and I can throw a video together for you guys. So I'm going to get started by embossing this beautiful butterfly stamp. It's from stampboutique.com. And to start the embossing process, I always rub over what is called an embossing buddy, and it pretty much gets rid of all the static off of your paper so that you get a clean embossed image. And then I stamped the butterfly stamp with Versamark ink, and now I'm using Hero Arts embossing powder in a beautiful color called Bronze. So you can see I don't have any fancy method for cleanup. I just use a piece of lined paper to put everything away. And now I am using my heat tool to complete the embossing process. I love that. I will never get tired of watching the embossing powder melt on my tag. So there you see the beautiful butterfly showed up. And I'm going to now just add some more texture to the background. I actually have these washi tapes from Tim Holtz that have butterflies on them. So what perfect way to use them than on my butterfly tag. So I'm just going to add some washi tape. You can add whatever tape you have in your stash. A lot of the background texture actually gets covered up anyway, so it's okay if you don't have anything specific that you're looking for. Just use what you have. And finally, I'm just adding some very skinny gold shimmer washi tape too. And as I was putting on the washi tape, some of my paper ripped a little bit, so I'm trying to cover up those rips by just going over it with the Distress Oxide in Mermaid Lagoon, which is one of the colors that I use for the background. And you can see there's that white spot there that is bothering me, so I go back over it as much as I can. But again, I'm being too picky because a lot of this gets covered up in the end anyways, so I probably didn't even have to do that. So now I am using this stencil, again from Tim Holtz. It's called Stripes. And I'm going to try using my Distress Crackle paste. I have not used it in quite a while. I forgot I owned it, but I wanted the paste to be colored. So I put down some Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio on my craft mat. And now I'm going to mix the crackle paste into the ink to essentially dye the crackle paste. And I'm just going to keep doing this process until I've achieved the color that I want. So I had to do it about 3 times. So that is now starting to look like the cracked pistachio color that I know and love. So I'm going to put the paste now over my stencil. And don't worry, I know I didn't use very much, but I always have an art journal or something to the side when I'm doing these types of projects to make sure that none of that product there goes to waste. So off camera, I actually use the same stencil and add it onto a different page. So this happened. I let it air dry. I didn't dry it with my heat gun. I let it dry naturally. And then when I picked up my tag, it started to crack. A lot of the crackle paste actually cracked right off of my tag, which I've never had happen before, but I'm gonna go with it. So I have this new to me Liquitex gloss gel, which I don't know if you can see how full that is. They do not rip you off at all. That is a full jar. So I'm actually just going to sprinkle whatever cracked off back onto the tag. Again, it's adding texture. I did try and look up online if other people experienced this, and it's probably because I put it on too thin, which I did. You can see when I put it on that stencil, I really was pressing down. So I think if I let the crackle paste go on a little thicker, I would not have had that problem of the paste literally just falling off of my tag. So since I have all this glue down, I figure why not add some glitter? So I'm adding some Wow glitter in truffle color. And I did also add those cracks from my cracked pistachio back onto my tag too. And I also let this air dry. I did not hit the gloss gel with my heat gun. So look at that shiny texture you get. I really, really love the way that looks. I love a good shine. Now I'm going to add more texture with these stamps also from Stamp Boutique. They are from Design Cube 2 is what the stamp collection is called. And I'm using my archival ink. I found two colors that actually match the colors that I have in the background. So I believe this is Forget Me Not, and then the pink one is Magenta Hue. So I really love these little texture stamps. I use them quite a bit, even though they're so small, they really pack a punch. And I kind of like how in the background they almost mimic like the veins of a butterfly wing, which I did not intend. That was pure accidental, but it ended up working out really well. And the great thing about using archival inks is that they're permanent once they dry. So if I add more gloss gel on top or something, they're not going to smudge. So much of my beautiful embossed butterfly got covered up that I'm going to actually re-emboss it. So I got some vellum paper, and I'm doing the same process over again. So I speed through it and cut it out for you guys, and I used the same Hero Arts bronze embossing powder. And once I heat that up on this vellum paper, I am actually going to fussy cut it. And then I'm going to add it directly on top of where the original embossed image was, just like that. And it lets the focal point image pop a lot more than it was before. It was really getting hidden behind all those textures. And to glue on something that you've used vellum for, I like to just add glue behind the parts that are embossed. So I want to leave the clear parts clear and only put glue. You can see I'm really strategically placing it on the dots where the embossing powder was, because I don't want anything to seep through or stick through the clear portion. And I am really liking the way the tag looks. It still looks bold and bright. You can still see the color behind the clear vellum, but you also still get that the focal point is the butterfly. And to finish off the tag, I have these beautiful rhinestones. These are from Trinity Stamps. I have a couple different colors from their collection, but this is just mostly a clear kind of metallic rhinestone hue. I found a quote from my Tim Holtz Small Talk stickers. I've had those stickers for maybe 7 years and I still use them. So the quote says, "Live your dream with passion." And I did color it with the cracked pistachio again. So there is my finished tag. I'm just going to add some pink tulle to the top to really finalize the tag, but I hope you enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed creating it. All the supplies I used are linked and listed in the description below. Thank you so much. Bye.